Hi, Remi.
Hey.
Oh my God, I haven't stopped listening to your forthcoming album in like 2 months.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
Things I've said before.
Yes.
It'll probably be out by the time this airs, like just out or like it's coming out.
Yeah.
But-
1 week from today.
Yeah, from when we're recording. But what an album that you created. And Remi, I mean, just every song, there's no filler. So just wanted to get that out of the way before we start.
Well, thanks so much.
Of
Yeah.
course. You know, I was listening to your cover of Can't Help Falling in Love
Oh, yeah.
by Elvis. And I was thinking, like, I just feel like you have such a grasp on what's a good song and what's a good melody. You just know it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that like that song is like so classic and so timeless? Because it's really simple, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a simple one. I don't know. I feel like it kind of like is something that we all can relate to, right? And
Love, that is.
love, and also just like, I don't know, the lyrics. I feel like more than just like can't help falling in love. Like, I feel like, I don't know. It's,
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
It's special.
It's special.
But you really got the gist of it with that cover. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
You didn't overdo it. It's like, and you have such delicacy with your songs.
Mm.
It really is like a gift, you know?
Yeah, thanks. Well,
Yeah,
thanks.
absolutely.
Yeah, that song was kind of, I wanted to record that song because I went to the Netherlands for a while after high school, which is where my mom is from. So I was staying there for a bit. And whenever I played that song there, like I had some gigs while I was there, and everybody would sing along to that song. Like in particular, that one would just like, obviously everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
But like people in the Netherlands just love to sing along when they play live, like more than here.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, it kind of just like made me feel like it, I don't know, it gave me like good memories of that time there. So I was like, I kind of want to like commemorate that time by recording it.
It's amazing. But yeah, it is a skill, I think. Like to know, just to have that delicacy, right? Like the only one who's been on my show who reminds me of you is like a friend of the show, Madison Cunningham, for example.
I love Madison.
She was here, you know, like 2 years ago, and I remember like you give me those same vibes, like just like the skill of just touching a song or just a lyric enough, you know.
Oh well, I really appreciate that. That's a very nice compliment.
Of course, Remi, in the notes and in the press release for your album, you said that this album you're exploring your journey, and maybe I'm paraphrasing, as you're exploring your journey as an artist.
Yeah.
When a lot of the time you didn't feel like an artist.
Yeah.
Explain it. That is so fascinating to me because like you're such a great artist. Like you just got the artist vibes in general. But like I hear a lot of artists sometimes saying that, like imposter syndrome and all that. Like what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like finding yourself, like when you don't feel yourself as an artist. Like what does that mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've always struggled a lot with that kind of self-doubt. And, you know, maybe this is something that I will definitely something that I should still be working on, as far as like, I think a lot of artists, like we kind of get our artist identity like so wrapped up in our just like identity just as a person, like our self-worth as a person. And I definitely fall in that trap a lot where I'm like, well, if I'm not an artist, I don't know who I am.
Right.
And so you kind of get that all muddled in your head. And like, so then it's so easy to kind of go down these like, you know, mind traps of like self-doubt and kind of, you know, go down the rabbit hole. And so, yeah, I've spent a lot of time, you know, being like, well, I don't write songs fast enough, or I don't like, you know, writing songs is not an easy process for me. I always have this idea like, well, if I'm meant to do it, it should be easier. Like I should have more ease about it. And it's not an easy thing for me to do, but it's still something I want to do for some reason.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, well, you know, I'm writing songs when I don't like feel like I have any business calling myself a songwriter. And I guess like as I wrote this album and kind of started having like a mind shift about like, well, maybe like I'm doing like this counts as being a songwriter, then I can kind of start calling myself one. But more than like giving yourself kind of that evidence, it's like you have to like look at the evidence you're giving yourself.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know.
Like not seeking the external validation, right?
Yeah.
Because that's where the problem, I would imagine, is. If you put your self-worth as an artist, which I think is great, your purpose, your ikigai, but then when people in the industry are saying, well, then you're only as valuable as the number of streams you have,
right?
Then that, if you connect it too much, then that connects to your self-worth kind of thing.
Yeah, and even outside of like the external validation, like when you tend to be someone that kind of thinks more negatively and kind of like has that kind of negative thought spiral, like me, then you kind of have to a little bit force yourself to look at the positive side of things. And I feel like my brain is always looking for the evidence and looking like, well, where's the evidence that I'm a songwriter? Where's the evidence that I'm really an artist? And I kind of have to give myself the right kind of evidence, like give myself like the evidence that I want to look at.
Yeah.
And look at the evidence, like I have to prove myself wrong, basically.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So yeah.
I mean, look, our brains are wired to find negatives.
I know.
Like we are hunters and cavemen.
Yeah.
So we were like wired to look for like what's gonna kill us.
I know. I'm doing that about songs, which is crazy.
So it is. You're not wrong. It's like a muscle. You have to like train yourself to like be like, you could say right now, this room is really bright. You know what I mean? Like focus on the on the negative and not all the great things happening right now. That's just how our brain works.
Yeah. So that was kind of the journey in writing the songs. Was like, okay, I'm gonna make like more of a practice out of songwriting, and maybe this will come a little like be more part of my actual like life, and then maybe I can kind of have like a more positive relationship to songwriting. But I'm still so at the beginning of writing songs. Like I still feel like such a baby artist too. So
that's interesting. You've been singing like your whole life, right?
Yeah. It's definitely like there's definitely a duality there, because on the one hand, I do feel like I've been an artist forever, and it's like crazy that this is my debut project. Like how is this the first? I've been singing these songs and playing these songs out for 5 years already, and they're only just now coming out.
That's why there's no filler. I mean, seriously, it's like, and this was really good album. So you've been singing since you were very little, and you're also very classically trained.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about that, Remi, because I find it fascinating, especially here in Nashville. Because there's like so many like great singer-songwriters and players that can't read a note.
Yeah.
Is that like an extra advantage in a way to be able to learn us, or like not necessarily?
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah. I don't really even kind of look at it as an advantage. Especially in a place like Nashville where it's like classical music, like who cares, right? Like there's so many more better guitarists than me. It's like not even funny. It's just like a different way of coming at it's basically like a different way that my ears grew up, you know, like
sure.
I'm like not self-taught at all. Like
You took classes, all that.
I just like
Right.
I had a guitar teacher from the time that I was 7, and the way that I like listened to music as a kid was I listened to like folk music and popular music, like mostly that my dad showed me, and but like a lot of the music I listened to as a kid was like classical guitar repertoire. So it's like that is just like embedded in my brain, you know? So it's like I don't feel like I'm actively using theory, or like I don't feel like I like know what I'm doing necessarily while I'm writing songs. I'm not like I'm using these chords and I'm using like I'm drawing from this in particular. I just kind of feel like and then being in choir too, like you're just used to hearing these kind of crazy dissonances and being in that kind of like choral harmony, like hearing it from all sides, and you just kind of get used to hearing that kind of stuff, and then you're drawn to those kinds of sounds. So sometimes I feel like oh, that kind of reminds me of something I used to play, or some sort of
That's fast.
something, but I don't feel like, oh, like I'm using that, I'm drawing on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of in there.
Yeah, I also have that for you to write songs. A lot of the times, you're not like a super structured person in the sense that like the music growth thing was like, all right, boys, 11 to 4, we're gonna write a song.
Yeah.
It's like you very much follow a whim. You're just like looking for the moments. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely really like writing by ear.
Okay.
And sometimes I get a little self-conscious, I guess, about that, because I'm like, do my songs even have a form, or do they have a good structure? Like, I don't know. And maybe that's why it takes me so long to write a song, because I'm not like following a structure. But the structure kind of comes along, maybe. But yeah,
Eventually.
yeah.
Like I'm sure you have like your iPhone is full of like future just bits and stuff.
Yeah, I write everything in my notebook, so I have pages of half-written things and stuff. But yeah.
That's great. Tell me a little bit about, kind of like, I think this is fascinating, like, your partner and also like fellow musician, Gabe. Like, first of all, so Gabe, who sings in a great song, Waltz Number 4, I think it's called, in this new album. He also, like, is your partner, all this good stuff. So I have a couple questions with that.
Yeah.
First of all, if you want to tell me how you guys met, but most importantly, I think it's fascinating to, is it hard sometimes to just like live with someone who is like both your musical peer, and also like, hey, babe, you brought the wrong cheese. You know what?
Totally. Yes.
Like, how do you differentiate?
Yeah. It is hard to be in a relationship with your business partner, for sure. Yeah. Gabe and I actually was our 8th anniversary 2 days ago or so. So we've been together for quite a while. Yeah. Since we were about 18. And but we've known each other since a long time before that. We knew each other as kids. And we have the same classical guitar teacher. So we have like basically identical backgrounds.
Okay.
And in some ways that's like super cool. Like I feel like we like look at music in like very similar ways, and we kind of can read each other's thoughts in that way a lot.
Sure.
And we've always kind of been able to like tell what each other are thinking, because we just like, we kind of have the same ears in some ways. So that, like, I wouldn't trade for anything, like, I don't think I'd be able to find a producer that, understands me better,
Right.
which is always what you want, a producer that understands you. So, but yeah, we had the same classical guitar teacher.
Okay.
And he kind of started having us play in guitar ensembles together when we were kids, like in starting in middle school or so. And then we kind of both started to sing and write songs separately. Like, I was in choir from a young age, and so I was always singing. And then Gabe was kind of starting to write songs. He had this other friend that he met at summer camp that he was singing with and stuff. And then the teacher was like, well, you guys could do this together, you could, form a duo. So we started doing that also around 12, 13. And that just kind of grew from there. But yeah, now that we've, been living together, and we've kind of more solidified this like music business that we've created, it's definitely a different vibe, because back then it was just like we were kids and playing when we could, but now it's like we're running a business out of our house.
Right. Yeah, you were just telling me you're sending stuff to your fans.
Yeah, we did our Kickstarter, so we've been having like a post office like running out of our home studio, so that's been
fun.
It's filling our entire house with packages and merch and stuff. Yeah, totally. Yeah, trying to keep our cat from like ruining everything.
No, listen, yeah. I ripped that. Yeah. Cat is probably right now. We're probably doing something.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God. Well, that's great.
But yeah,
that you guys kind of found each other, and he's a great musician too, and he adds
oh my God,
great twists to your albums.
Yeah. He's the recording, the audio guy behind everything, and we co-produced everything. So
I dig it.
yeah.
Remi, but one of my favorite things about your whole project and your vibe is also like your videos. Like,
Oh,
you know, like
thanks. Yeah.
visual silence and all that. You know, I grew up, I'm a little older than you, but like, you know, for us growing up, you know, MTV and all that
Yeah.
was it. You know what I mean? Like that was like such a big deal. That's why you like knew like, you know, you got to like see like the visual aspect of artists like yourself. And I love that like you're putting a lot of emphasis in that. When I know it's kind of expensive and time consuming, and in a way it's no longer like a must. It's kind of like a luxury.
Yeah.
But I love that you give credence, like importance to that. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, are you like, do you love film? Do you love music videos? Like, tell me a little.
I don't know. Music videos are kind of funny. I like, it definitely doesn't come naturally to me. To me, like, you know, have like super clear visions for music videos. I feel like I hear a lot of artists being like, I just knew exactly what I wanted for the music video, and I'm like, really? Like, I feel like I'm so just like about the music that I'm like, the visuals kind of come second. Even though I like, you know, I like studied art history and in college, like I definitely like visual art, but yeah, for the Short Circuit music video, that one was like, I just feel like it was such a like natural like progression from the song. So that one was kind of like a rare, like, yeah, of course this one has to have a music video because
Sure.
the song just kind of sets it up with all those background vocals. I think just like even like from the beginning of writing it, I kind of knew that I wanted to have these background vocals that kind of like commented on the main vocal and kind of personified like the voices in your head, the anxious voices, and like were the like judgy and snarky and embarrassed and, you know, being kind of like sassy. And so then the music video, which we did with Lindsay Torres, who's here in Nashville.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Hey, she's wonderful.
Yeah. She's done a lot of stuff here with a lot of different artists. And we had a stylist help us do it too, because there's a lot of different outfits going on, named Erica Lay. And yeah, so we like basically had me be like the characters, right, of the voices. And then I invited, you know, all the friends that I have here in Nashville basically to a party, and had them kind of like be my projections, like my anxious projections at the party while I was like walking around being socially anxious. Yeah. So that one was really fun to do.
Totally. And I mean, who amongst us is not socially anxious?
I know,
like parties and stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. So that one was kind of fun just because it's like, yeah, like being anxious is like, you know, the worst feeling, and it's so like makes everything feel serious and gross, but like I just wanted to write a song that's like, but aren't anxious thoughts so silly and like not like our brain tells us the weirdest, stupidest stuff, you know? So trying to bring some levity to something that like sucks.
Yeah, I think that's the idea of like a lot of where they're coming up.
Yeah.
Like the brain, just get out of your brain, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's amazing. It's amazing, Remi. Well, I mean, we're so stoked. I think you're going to play a song for us, but let me leave you with this. You're about to hit on a pretty meaty tour.
Yeah.
I know. I think you played Nashville October 23rd, if I'm not
mistaken. Yes, October 23rd.
Okay. Yeah. Hope we can be there. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But lots of dates, you know. Are you like looking forward to touring? I know, you know, there's a lot you're driving, and, you know, a lot of people don't enjoy it. They enjoy like the being on stage part.
Right.
But they don't know about the whole other like 22 hours or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
I am looking forward to it. The performing part is definitely my favorite part. I'm not like huge into the recording aspect of everything, but yeah, this is our first kind of like tour that's like this size. We are doing kind of like a lot of like co-bills and like kind of more opening slots for some artists that we've met like in Nashville and at Folk Alliance. We went to Folk Alliance, which we've been going to the last few years. So it'll be good to play with some folks that who we think are awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really epic.
Yeah.
I mean, Remi, thank you for that album. Thank you for your energy.
Thanks for having me.
And I feel like, you know, we're catching you at the beginning of something special.
Yeah, hopefully. So I'll play the first song on the record, which is called "Don't Drive Me Home." Hold my face, speak into my eyes. I can't hear you, covered ears, but I don't need to. You visited town, precious is our time together, but let down gray haze, I feel you holding your tongue. We're calling it off, feels like a breakup. I don't mind calling it love with nothing to back it up. There's not a thing I haven't said before. Now you pull away, you don't want to. Swear that you need to. On the playground, we keep letting moments slip by. Too much goodbye. It would have been my best kiss. We're calling it off, feels like a breakup. I don't mind calling it love with nothing to back it up. We're calling it off. Feels like a breakup. I didn't mind, but now you're driving me home.
Thank you for my Joseph Jules.
Oh.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. Click here to subscribe and get the latest from the show, including exclusive behind-the-scenes footage and once-in-a-lifetime performances. And as always, thank you for making Jrodconcerts Media part of your day.